Hello everybody, it's Dr. Zaino with 15-Minute Fuel, where just in 15 minutes a day, we'll fuel your mind, your body, and your future. As always, episode 4 is live right now for We Are Heroes. 1, 2, and 3 have already been shown. Great, amazing comments from you guys. Thousands, tens of thousands have already seen it. Episode 4 is live today. And then you also get another one Wednesday and Friday. So please make sure you watch that. Click on it and share it. Listen, I'm giving and giving and giving you guys, and my right hook is just asking you to share with others. It's just not a doctor in his office. It's life principles. It's giving you guys value from the whole entire life to be able to inspire others to get that hero from the inside out. Thank you for going to the Dr. Zaino fan page, clicking like and following that, because as we move everything over there. Thank you for going to Instagram, the Snapchat. A lot of you guys like the Snapchat stuff. We have a lot of fun with that. Thanks for joining me on Snapchat. If you're not there, get on it. I'm also doing Messenger Live, Instagram Live, Twitter, all of it. Today's message on Monday for 15-Minute Fuel, I had something else planned, but all of you guys have loved two major things we put out so far on our social media blast. The first one, everybody loved the what do you do one, right? What do you do? When I was talking to one of my patients and she says, I work at Nordstrom's. I'm like, no, that's your job. What do you do? I'm broke. No, what do you do? I'm an artistic photographer. That's it. So it was literally asking, who is the hero inside you? You guys love that. And the second thing you loved was the picture we posted that said, most people, they're not depressed. They're just grieving their potential. And so you guys love it. That means you want to hear about it. It's connecting. If you guys love it so much, that means it's striking a chord, and I want to go where the chord's being struck so we could kind of expand on this. So I scratched what I was going to talk about today, and we're going to talk about grieving your potential and then bringing out that superhero inside for everyone. And I love this topic. This is my Act 3. This is the We Are Heroes. You get to see it. During this week, you're going to see me talking with Roberto Monaco as we start to develop the Hero Talk. You're going to see ups and downs, and you're going to see the journey of what it takes to be able to all of us go to the next level. So if you're watching this right now, give me the Warren Phillips is on. Rosie, good to see you. Everybody give me the thumbs up, give me the big heart, and make sure you hit that share button. Today will be one that you would want to share. Mondays are always super powerful because I think I'm coming back strong from the weekend. All right, let's talk about it. Now, the picture said that most people aren't depressed, they're grieving their potential. And what I like to see it as, on the inside, what are we grieving? What happens is, and I felt it too, here, everything was successful. I would sound completely ungrateful. And so I really couldn't share this anxiety or this beast in the basement, so to speak. I didn't know what it was. And a lot of times we don't know what that feeling is. We know there's a pull. We know there's a dissatisfaction. We know there's something more, but we can't articulate it. We can't put words to it. We can't point to it and say, there it is, that's the issue. So what starts to happen is we get frustrated. We don't know what it is, but we definitely know what it's not. It's not the current situation you're in. There's something else out there, but there's no substance to it. And so a lot of times what we do, because we get frustrated, or at least I did, I got so frustrated I started to become numb. And when we become numb, basically numb is a survival mechanism that our body goes through, so I don't have to face that pull anymore. Maybe I could numb out, just like a medication. Maybe I could take something that's going to numb me out, my mind or my pain, so I don't have to deal with this pull that's leading me or trying to pull me to something bigger in my life that I don't know. So the only problem with numbing anything, especially numbing your feelings or numbing that pull, is this. Because you numb it doesn't mean it's not still there. It is still there. So as we start to numb it, more anxiety, more anger, more frustration starts to rise. And then you find yourself sometime comparing yourself, saying, well, I wish I was like that person there, or I wish my life was like that person, or I wish I had this situation, or I wish things were easier, or I wish I had more finances. And we start pointing the finger saying, I wish I was like somebody else. We start looking and pointing and trying to compare ourselves. And the problem with comparing yourselves is this. You're basically shaking your fist at God saying, why didn't you make me like somebody else? And you're literally, without even realizing it, you're shaking the fist at your Creator saying, why didn't you make me like that person or that person? Why'd you have to make me like this? And it's all a delusional lie that we tell ourselves because we're trying to numb out from going forward. We talked about the survival mechanism. when an animal or when an instinct or when your comfort is threatened, meaning that you're about to make that next move into your next phase of life or that next career or that marriage or that relationship, when that comfort zone of your life is being threatened, just like an animal, it's going to fight, it's going to claw, and it's going to do whatever it takes to keep you where it is. And that's the feeling. So instead of, understand this, that feeling you have is your potential. You're grieving your potential. It's your superhero fighting against your secret identity. And something's going to win. You can either choose to embrace the hero inside you, saying, this is my life, this is who I am, or you're going to determine to numb it out, push it aside, destroy the hero, and live a complacent life the rest of your life. You know, my friend Dr. Mick, he wrote something to me that I want to be able to share with you guys. Two doctors, Dr. Ashley and Dr. Mick. Dr. Ashley said, isn't it amazing that when we're young, or not when we're young, when we talk to our children or anybody, let's say you don't have kids, when you see a little kid, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you ask them this. What do you ask them? What do you want to what, guys? What do you want? Write it down. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be? Just think, if I asked you, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be Trump. I want to be, a chiropractor. Whatever it is, I want to be this. They have big, audacious dreams. But as we grow, there's a fine line. And I don't know when it happened. We go from asking, what do you want to be, to what do you do? I work at Exxon. I work here. And your job literally defines who you are. So what happened? What was the line where we started asking ourselves, what do we want to be? Outward thinking, who are we created to be versus what do you do? So I'm not asking you what you do, what your job is, what defines you. I'm asking who you were created to be. And you need to make that who you created to be out. But I know it's tough. It takes risk. But see, when you take a risk for that, you're investing into your future and you're allowing your hero to shine. And we talked about the unknowns. I know it's scared to move forward because you're afraid of the unknown. But the unknowns is the guarantee. Like it's not a luck thing. Unknowns are going to be there, but the unknowns are where the genius is, where the miracles happen, and where your story goes to. So the unknowns are really what you need to embrace and go forward. And my real good friend, Dr. Mick, he says this. He's like, that depression you may feel. So I did. I felt a depression, and it was very frustrating to me because I had nothing to be depressed about, but it was real. I'm not going to lie. There was something there that was unsatisfying. And he said this, and it was beautiful. He says, the opposite of depression, watch this, write this down, is expression. I'll say it again. The opposite of depression is expression. He goes, depression is the lack of expression of the desire of your heart or that hero on the inside. He goes, so yes, we grieve what's inside of us that is not coming out. So express it today. So if you just started expressing whatever that is you're feeling that you're trying to numb out or look the other way, express it. Be real about it. Write it on paper. Tell people. You know what it's like to go around and say, what do you want to do? I'm like, I'm going to be a hero. It sounds loony, but it's the truth. Because I realized I wanted to be admired for achievements and contribution. That was really the tether of my entire life, the fabric of my life, to be able to do something big, audacious, contribute, achieve in a noble manner. And I realized that was always inside us. I see my kids in their little superhero uniforms. It's been there since I was a kid. So express that. So express it today. And if you're depressed right now, if you're watching this and you have anxiety, you have that low little bit of unsatisfaction, depression, understand this. The good news is that there's great expression returning to you. So the fact that if you're sitting here and you have dissatisfaction a little bit, or a little bit of pain and depression, understand there is expression bottled up in the inside of you waiting to come out. You just need to express it. So the midlife crisis we talked about, midlife crisis is the hero and the secret identity going head to head. And you choose who's going to win. So if you're liking this so far, thumbs up, hearts, hit the share. And what I say is if you are having that feeling, the reason why I said the grieving potential, and everybody goes, all of you guys wrote, this is me, you're talking to me. But the real, you know what it is? I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to all of us, because we are not living up to what God created us to be at all, because we have so much potential and power in our lives that school, education, religious dogma, media, it has put the mud on us, all right? We are cemented over with mud, and we're being held back. So of course it's gonna hit home because it's true. And so the first thing is self-awareness. When you're aware of it, now you start chipping away at the mud, taking the concrete off, and each day allow that journey to be able to happen. That's why I always tell you guys, be so thankful that it's unsatisfying to live a life where you're not honoring your true self and genius. You should feel pain. You should feel depressed. You should feel dissatisfied because you want to express your true self. You should be, literally be thankful for that. Because imagine if that inner you wasn't trying to get out and be expressed at 100%. Now, a lot of you ask, well, whatever happened to that girl you were talking about who do you do? What do you do? I work at Nordstrom's. No. What do you do? And she said, finally, I'm an artistic photographer, and started to cry. Why was that so touching? Because I was speaking to her spirit, who she was. I wasn't speaking to a job. I was speaking to a human being, right? What do you want to be? Not what do you do? And so I'll give you the update on that. She came in the office the other day, and she gave me her card of her website, and she's doing artistic photography. You see, so never underestimate how 1 second, or watching this right now, or someone speaking that one word in your life, or for you to realize it in a second, it could change your entire life around. You could see enough's enough. You could take off the glasses. You could put on the cape, and you could stop living the secret identity. You know, in developing my hero keynote, I realized there's the hero, there's the villain, but the actual worst of the three is the secret identity. Because at least the hero knows they're a hero and the villain chose to be a villain. But the secret identity, when you're living that secret identity, you're indifferent and you're not doing anything. So choose one. That's the lukewarm. See yourself potential. See yourself in your potential and being your potential, and let that be inspirational to you. I don't want you to be inspired by these 15-minute fuels by me. I don't want you to look on the outside of you and be inspired by a speaker, a preacher, something on the news, or a video of a baby, happy and being inspired by that. I want you to see yourself and be inspired by yourself. You follow, visualize that, where see yourself doing. So let's say I wanted to be, right now, I can't wait till the hero keynote's done and I'm on the stage in front of a couple thousand people. So I'm envisioning that, and I'm being inspired by my vision of me reaching out my purpose. You follow what I'm saying? So what is it you want to do? Daydream like a kid again. So if you want to be an artist, picture yourself doing your art, showcasing your art. Picture people appreciating that art. You see what I mean? So don't be inspired by others, be inspired by you. I'm getting ready to do a podcast, and some amazing people, they do podcasts and they send you the questions. I hate the questions because I just want to rip it as is, like this, without thinking about it. But one of the questions was, what are you most proud of? And that's a tough question. Or who has the greatest influence on you? I'm like, who has the greatest influence? And I could say my dad, I could say the Access 101, but really we should all say, who had the greatest influence on you? Life had the greatest influence on me. What was the most proud thing I was able to accomplish? You know what? It was finding out who I was created to be. So it's okay to be proud of yourself and your potential, and to be inspired by yourself. There's nothing arrogant about that. It's daydreaming and seeing you in what you love to do, and envisioning that, and then being inspired by that. When I learned that very early on, when I used to speak at different conferences, I would drive my wife crazy because I would envision it, everything I did, I would envision myself on stage speaking. I would envision it. I even had it down to the clothes I was wearing. I was like, Whitney, I need a black shirt with red, those Hardy shirts back in the day with all the patterns. And I was like, it's got to be black and red. And we went everywhere. We couldn't find it. And, it had to be this. I envisioned that. I knew what would happen. Lance Armstrong talked about that. He went through the mountains in his mind several times before he actually did it. So I realized that when you start to envision and you're inspired by yourself doing it, that's that vision that pulls you through the good and the bad times, and it gets you excited. I literally cry and weep every single day, envisioning the hero project, whatever this is, going forward. That's where we're able to create content like this every single day, and it's endless. So again, if you're enjoying this, please thumbs up. Put any of your questions here. We'll hit your questions. Let me close with this. That you don't want to be a perfectionist. You want to be a potentialist. We talked about that. Life's not perfect. If you're waiting for things to be perfect to make the move, then you'll never get there. You'll procrastinate. Make the move. Embrace the unknowns and let God and the journey take you where you need to be. Because I guarantee you, the end result, there is no way you ever planned that. Listen to what Dr. Mick said, that depression, the opposite of depression is expression. So if you have that low level of depression, or if someone tells you you need to be medicated, understand that you don't need a medication. You need to express who you are and your potential. Start doing that. Start speaking it, and speak it to the right people. Speak to the right people that are not going to push you down. They're going to support you and embrace you, and they're not going to think you're crazy. They're going to think that you're an expressive creation of God, the way you are. And don't grieve your potential. Start moving towards it and be inspired by it. All right, let's do some questions right here. Let me go right here. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to scroll all the way down. Oh, thank you so much, guys, for sharing. Just hit the share button. And again, thank you so much for commenting, because I want to give you guys what you gravitate towards. I'm doing this with you. This stuff's all off the cuff. I wish I could. I'm not, Christy Usry's here. Hey, my wife's there, of course. Hey, Marla. Hey, Mike McLean. Ryan Livingston, good to see you. Hey, Greg, good to see you, sir. Hey, Frank. Love that quote. Are you grieving your potential? It's awesome. I know. Actually, if you Grant Cardone had said something very similar, I was like, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and it started this journey of I am grieving my potential, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was, and at least it starts you guys thinking and becoming self-aware. The first thing, you want to become self-aware. If you saw episode 4 today, it's about self-awareness. Hey, George, good to see you. Warren's on there. Rosie, good to see you. Oh, there it is. You'll see the link on there to We Are Heroes, episode 4. Make sure you guys hit that. Hey, Marla. Marla says, I'm a hidden treasure finder and last-minute meal guru. What's it? I'm a hidden treasure finder and last-minute meal guru. Rob Newen-Schwander, awesome adjustment today. You bet, buddy. Dean Peters is here. Hey, Kathy Gunnerman, good to see you. Dr. Jeff, awesome. Numb, the B is silent. The way we like it. Very nice. That's Dr. Mick. All right, let's see. Any questions? What do you want to be, guys? What do you want to be? Not what do you do? Rosie said this, the saddest day is when we begin to listen and believe the lie and take off our cape. You better believe that. Pete, wow, powerful. Find the inner hero and that has been pushed down and stepped on. It has. It's not been stepped on. You've been conformed. You've been controlled. That's it. That's the answer. Just think of these apps today like Uber and Airbnb. Remember, like Uber's like hitchhiking. Who the heck would get in some stranger's car, right? See, and who thinks of it? The kids who are not clouded. We're not kids anymore. Dean Peters, way to preach. Thank you, sir. All right, Rob said this, I think I struggle finding what I truly want to be. Well, the first thing, if you're struggling finding what you want to be, find out at least what you don't want to be. And you start it. You know what you want to do. That's what happens. We get so confused because we're trying to be inspired and we're trying to find it on the outside. It's like your health. Everything you need is on the inside. Your genius is on the inside, not just in a spiritual way, but like the body heals from the inside out, correct? Yes. Everything is an inside-out philosophy. If you try, here it is. If you're trying to find who you truly are from an outside-in philosophy, it's going to cause an incongruent conflict, and it's going to cause confusion, and you'll never get there. But when you start becoming self-aware, saying, what are the things I love to do? Email 7 of your good friends and say, listen, what do I do great? What do I do wonderful? And they're going to tell you the skills you're really good at. And those skills are going towards what you're proud of doing, and then that's your lane. I always call it your lane. Then you find your lane, or you find your superpower, you find your talent, and then you find the right vehicle for delivering it to people. So the vehicle for me is video, plain and simple. I could always find a transcriptionist to transcribe all these and a ghostwriter to put it all together in a book, but my media is video. For you, it might be writing. For someone, it's art. For someone, it's radio. For someone else, it's video. So find your vehicle, find your talent, and then find the vehicle to deliver it in. And I really think you should do that. Hey, Tony, your genius is on the inside. Love it. You bet. Let me see right here. Rob Newen-Schreiner says, speaking the truth to the right people at the right time, every superhero wants to save the world. Let's go to work. You bet. All right, thank you so much, guys, for watching 15-Minute Fuel. Make sure you go to all the Instagram. My baby Z is watching and loves this too. Awesome. So make sure you go to Instagram, all the social media, Facebook. I'm doing it all 100%. because we want to really make a difference and shine and be able to inspire those to find the hero on the inside of them. Thank you for watching We Are Heroes, episode 4. You'll see the link, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, Tuesday, for 15-minute fuel, where the main goal is to be able to give you guys fuel for your mind, your body, and your future. God bless. Comment below. Any questions, I'll answer them 100%. We'll see you soon.